Download the BCSN Plus app today. Local sports all the time. Visit bcsnnation.com for details. Discounts may apply. On the Mats is brought to you by Vantage Wrestling, where champions begin.
Only 33 boys have won 4 wrestling state titles in Ohio, the first coming in 1979. Now this weekend, Perrysburg's Marcus Blaze is set to add his name to the record books and cement his legacy as one of the greats of all time. And as Mark Coons reports, along the way to history, Blaze is trying to help his team too.
2022, as a freshman, Marcus Blaze won his first state title, a 15-5 major decision at 113 pounds. As a sophomore, he moved up to 120 and won with a tech fall. Last year at 132, a pin in the second period for his third state title, leaving him on the cusp of making history.
I don't really, because I think it's just like a stepping stone into becoming like an NCAA champion or world champion. So being a 4-time state champ should just come with the goals that I have for the future.
2 weeks ago, Blaze added a new wrinkle to his quest. After wrestling all season at 138 and going undefeated, he bumped up to 150 for the postseason in an effort to help the team score more points.
You know, I'm biased, right? So I'm going to sound a bit arrogant, but I don't mean it that way, because Marcus is he's just on a different level. His approach to his wrestling, he's so competitive just in general, but the way his mind works, to be honest with you, bumping him up to 50, him moving up there, has actually been really, really good for him.
Just the biggest challenge is just like knowing that like I could still do the same thing at 150 as I did at 138. The guys are stronger, yes, but their conditioning or something or their technique is just not there to where I can just get to my points and keep scoring. The biggest challenge, honestly, is just like pinning people. It's kind of hard for me to get them down and pin them, but I think just over time I'll be able to get that.
Not that he was bored, but at 38, you know, he was just having so much success, right? You know, Marky's special because he likes to challenge himself, you know, and he loves his teammates, he loves our team, and, you know, it made our team probably the most competitive that we could be.
So moving up to 150, does that mean Blaze is pigging out on cheeseburgers and milkshakes?
Well, kind of. I mean, I need to get bigger, but just always stick to my diet. I've added a few things back into it just to gain some few more pounds. But yeah, just normally for the most part, just sticking to healthy foods and stuff like that, but just eating more of it.
State meet begins on Friday with Blaze, the favorite at 150, 4 wins away from a 4th state title and 200 wins for his illustrious career. In Perrysburg, Mark Coons, BCSN.
Marcus Blaze will have the chance to become the 34th 4-time champion in Ohio wrestling history. Coach, what has allowed him to be so dominant for so long?
This young man has been training wrestling his whole life. He started in Michigan. He made the move down to Burnett's Wrestling Club down in Perrysburg, where he's tested every day with really, really good kids, from the little guy all the way through to his high school wrestling days.
He moved up 2 weight classes from 138 up to 150. First of all, from what you know of the wrestling scene here, why was that decision made?
Well, from what I was told, Nicole, was that it was Marcus's idea and another wrestler on his team, in order to score more points at the state tournament, to try to win a state championship, which is great. They came to Coach Burnett and said, we'd be willing to move to do what's best for the team, which is unbelievably great.
At this point, though, in the season, what are also the challenges, though, of bumping up 2 weight classes?
Probably the biggest challenge for Marcus isn't going to be his technique or anything like that. It's going to be handling the size difference, the muscle. But from what I've seen so far this year, that's not going to be an issue.
He definitely didn't have any problems at their most recent tournament leading up to state. But now, after his time as a Yellow Jacket, Marcus Blaze will be going on to wrestle at Penn State. They have quite the legacy in the Big Ten. How could that program be a good fit for such a talent like him?
Well, Penn State doesn't have any problems getting the best guys in the country. And if Cale Sanderson's knocking on your door, and Cale Sanderson was in Perrysburg, that means something. And it's only going to make Marcus better, because he's going to have a room full of hammers to work out with.
And whether he becomes a 4-time state champion or not, just what do you feel like Marcus's legacy can be, not only on Northwest Ohio, but Ohio wrestling as a whole?
Well, for me, I'm obviously biased coming from Northwest Ohio, but I will say this. Marcus's decision to move up 2 weight classes and to win his 4th state championship is impressive. There's been guys that are really good in Ohio over the years. Alan Freed from Lakewood St. Ed's comes to name. But they didn't go to coach and say, Coach, I'm willing to move up 2 weight classes to win their 4th state championship. That says a lot about that young man.
Selfless and a talent. How does it get better than that?
Right.
Well, we can't wait to see what he can do in Columbus. Thanks so much, Coach.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Tournament Time on BCSN is brought to you by Dunn Chevy, supporting local athletes. Together, let's drive. And by Unison Health and the Mental Health Board of Lucas County, reminding you that it's your time, your choice. And by Superior Credit Union. We're not a bank, we're better.